one of the things that I think really informs my being involved in movement politics, movement activism, as opposed to just being a person who thinks about things, which, you know, I think is important, but was that when Bobby Kennedy got killed and Martin Luther King got killed, and when Malcolm X got killed, I remember really despairing, really despairing at a really early age, like at 10, you know, because the riots were in 67, and King died in 68, right, 68, and Bobby Kennedy died in 68, and I remember thinking, like, it's over, you know, like, I was really little, and I was thinking, well, you know, because we saw these as people who led the way, and when they were killed, I was thinking, like, oh my God, that was really a way of killing hope. And I remember thinking, like, what's going to happen to us now? And at that time, I remember I would wake up at night, and I'd wake my sister Mary up. It's, how can you sleep? Like, aren't you worried? And she'd be like, leave me alone. Go to sleep. What's the matter with you? And I would be like, what's going to come of us? You know, like, what's going to happen to us? And my grandfather was always really, he always knew what I was talking about. So when I would tell him things that I was thinking about and things that I worried about, he would really connect with me. And, you know, when I would tell him certain things that I had witnessed or things that I was concerned about, which was, you know, when I think back on it, it was like way too young to be worried about this kind of stuff. But I just had an old soul. And so he would always tell me, you know, the people will know what to do, and, you know, that there would be a way that we would find our way out of this morass. And the morass that I'm referring to is, thinking back on it, is terrible economic injustice and racism. And those were the things that really vexed me as a young person. And as I got into even probably middle school, like, you know, in junior high, I started, you know, like paying attention to the UFW, and my dad would talk about Caesar. My dad thought Caesar, that little Caesar, he's a real short guy. He's a little guy, man, but he's real powerful, you know. And I remember that Cesar Chavez and ¿cómo se llama? The baseball player, Aurelio Rodriguez. I remember that they were the first people that I remember that my dad mentioned that made it seem like we were proud to be Mexicans, you know, like we connected, like, you know, they're like, you know, that there was a connection there. But also that they were leading something really important and much, you know, much bigger, making people proud. And making us proud, making Mexicans step up. And I remember thinking about that for the first time, like having that sort of clue that, you know, maybe this is cool.